Hello, Dallas-Fort Worth. It's Rick with Concert Connection, sponsored by PMC Entertainment. So I had a guest scheduled for this week, and we never really connected, and probably my fault because I was so crazy this weekend. And so I guess this week we're just going to do the show with me, myself, and I. And, you know, it's not that often. I always have guests. So it's not often that I just get to talk to the camera, which is not a bad thing. You know, it's one of these days where you kind of get to reflect on things and, you know, think back. And, you know, I mean, things have really, I feel very blessed. I've had a pretty good life. Things are going really good right now. You know, I've got an awesome house. I love where I live. I mean, I wonder what young me would think.
I've been thinking about life a lot recently, and life is pretty great. You know, I'm living on the beach, got a moped and everything. You know, I'm Rick, I'm 19 years old. Life can't get much better than this. I hope I'm not living in the suburbs like a stay-at-home dad.
Man, when I was a kid, 19, I was wearing like floral shirts, living on the beach. Now, I've got my own show. I get to wear whatever I want on my show. I mean, check it out. Great sense of fashion.
I'm 19 years old. It's great right now. I'm wearing shorts every day. I wear a tropical shirt. I have fashion on lock, but I just hope I don't dress like a yellow cartoon character when I'm older.
When I was 19, I was listening to like Billy Idol and UB40 and Bob Marley, and you know, I was into good music. But now, man, I've got great sense of music. I'm in a couple great bands. I got a lot of friends that are musicians. I've got it going on.
Yeah, music is great right now. You know, there's Pat Benatar, Bob Marley, Billy Idol. But I just hope in the future, you know, I listen to Billy Idol forever. Like, I hope he just stays around, he stays relevant, but I don't want to listen to some punk band that likes the color green. That would just be weird.
Yeah, you know I think I'm cool, but I also tell you guys I'm a dork. I embrace it. I actually think that's cool, being a dork, being a nerd. I love it. I bet you if I went back and met 19 me, I think I was cool.
You know, I'm 19 years old. I think I know the world. I have it covered. I know better than my parents now. But, you know, it's not going to get much better than this. You know, I hope I just don't end up like a dork. Like, you know, I hate kids. I don't want kids when I grow up. Like, they're the actual worst.
And ultimately, the best part is I've got an awesome wife and a great kid.
What does ADHD stand for? We could change out the D for drummers.
Oh.
Active, I don't know. AD. Active drummer. AD.
Humiliation.
Humiliation.
All right, here we go. Are we ready? And Mark.
Oh, yeah, I should make that, not make that sound.
Was that a
Can you hear
piano,
that?
or do you have ghosts?
But that's fine. Let's start over.
That's your ghost piano.
Start over. Is that, are you going to be able to hear that? I don't think we will, right?
No,
Okay.
I'm okay with it, but if we have a ghost celebrity that's going to hang out with us,
No,
I
it just
go
threw
ahead
me
and
off.
talk.
Okay, here we go. And,
Am I close enough to the mic? Can you hear me, Mr. Rose?
man, this is going to be
You are
hard.
so cut off.
I haven't even started drinking yet.
For the dive into family a little bit? Is it okay to talk
Sure,
about?
sure.
Okay, awesome. So I know during COVID, you spent a lot of time with the family, and you are very fond. You're very involved with grandkids, correct?
Oh yeah,
And that wasn't
yeah.
to call you out and you can call you old, just so full disclosure.
No, you know what? You know what? I embrace it. I embrace it. I'm not shy about it. I embrace it. I mean, I've got 13 grandchildren, and they're gorgeous, and they're
Wait.
awesome to be around. Yeah,
1-3?
13. That should tell you my age.
No, I'm thinking more some of the home values you're teaching. I should have grown up in your house. Like, hey, we're gonna get busy, and we're gonna have kids, and kids are gonna have grandkids. Hello, rock stars. It's Rick with Concert Connection. Thank you for tuning in again. And yes, we are taking off our masks here in Texas, and we are going out to clubs, which I guess I never got the memo because I've been going to clubs the whole time. Oh, my Lord. So the past year has been fun, and we're still doing interviews. And this week, my victim is my dear friend, Pino. How are you?
I'm doing good, brother.
You do
I'm doing
understand you will be mentally defective after leaving the show today, correct?
I understand.
Oh, my
I
God.
prepared
We've got a
myself.
willing victim this time. Oh, my God. You know what? You're looking great. You're looking phenomenal.
Thank you. Thank you.
Family,
You as well.
Family doing good? Oh, thank you. Yeah,
Family's doing great.
It's because I've been going on vacation and I've been going down to the islands to tan. And then full disclosure, when we got back, my son works at Palm Beach Tan. And so we went and got a membership. So one of my pleasures is I go up there and tan a couple times a week.
Yeah, I'm jealous, man. I saw you and Amy, and y'all make me look really light. So I said, I better get out of the sun quick.
Oh, hold on. You do understand I'm half Mexican. I'm
Oh,
half
well,
German, half Mexican. So I'm going to get dark.
I can see it now. I can see it.
Yeah. Oh, my Lord. I tell you what, though, I don't make any excuses. Folks, either you make time for a vacation or you don't. And you don't have to go someplace exotic, but you make time to stop and smell the roses. Okay. I mean, it could be a staycation. Right on. But make time. Go. I'm shutting down. This is me. I do it all the time. I have to. Because
we do the same. It's spontaneously, we just leave out.
now, can we dive into family a little bit? Is it okay to talk about?
Sure.
Okay, awesome. So I know during COVID, you spent a lot of time with the family, and you are very fond. You're very involved with grandkids, correct?
Oh yeah.
And that wasn't to call you out and you can call you old, just so full disclosure.
No, you know what? I embrace it. I embrace it. I'm not shy about it. I embrace it. I mean, I've got 13 grandchildren, and they're gorgeous, and they're awesome to be around.
1-3?
Yeah, 13. That should tell you my age.
No, I'm thinking more some of the home values you're teaching. I should have grown up in your house. Like, hey, we're gonna get busy, and we're gonna have kids, and kids are gonna have grandkids. And dude, that's awesome. Your family. I didn't realize you were that big. Holy cow!
Yeah, we've got a big family.
That's awesome.
I've got 6 kids. I've got 9 kids all total. At least I had 3. I had 6, and they're all grown.
Nice.
And they're all doing great. We have our last one that's in high school, so he's about finished. But other than that,
it's wonderful when Josh graduated 2 years ago and in college, and now he's about to turn 21 here in like a month, and we're like, cruising needs to open up. He wants to be a cruise director, so he wants to go to work for the cruise lines, and it's like, as soon as they open up, that's his official, like, I'm moving out of the house. And this isn't a mild trial move out. When he moves out, homie, you're on a boat for at least 6 months contract. So it's like, bye. And he's talking about moving to Florida and getting a place there. So when he is, because he's hoping to get home base, he wants to be home based out of Tampa. That's his goal. He doesn't want to do Fort Lauderdale or Miami. He wants to be out of Tampa. And so he's like, I'm just going to get a place in Tampa. He's going to move to Florida. And I'm like, this won't be the trial. Like, come home every weekend. Let me throw your clothes in the laundry. No, dude. Bye-bye. And if
we all say that, man. It's just it's hard, man. Once they leave, it's like it's that attachment that you had once. They do come back every now and then, and I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it.
Oh, I'm the one with the umbilical cord, not Amy. She's like, oh, he needs to get the hell out of my house. And I'm like, can we sabotage this and keep you around for a little while? Because I love him. He's my baby. I love him.
Yeah, you know what, man? It's the whole embracement to get at home from all you kids and your family. It's just it's nothing like it. You know, I love our rock family, but I am really
Different.
attached with my family. Yeah, it's a whole difference.
Different. And so I gotta ask, man, the holidays at your house with that many kiddos and grandkiddos, like
We don't have to invite other people to birthday parties. It's already like a quinceañera.
can we put up like the glass walls like they have at the zoo instead of a fence? And when you have it, can we just come over and watch? I'm just saying.
Yeah. We used to do Easter. You know, every year we do Easter in Louisville Lake, but we had a whole big lot because we had family that come all over. So it was like a reunion every time we had Easter, and I meet new people that I didn't even know. You know, so it's always this is the first year because of COVID that it was still big, but it wasn't as big.
You're like, we still did it. There still was a fight that broke out over the chocolate bunny, and
Yeah, I mean, you get to see the drunk fights in the end, and you're wondering which cousins fought. I mean, it's that thing, you know. It's
yeah.
all right.
You had me at drunk fights. I'm like, okay, they're drinking for the holiday. I'm coming. I'm just saying. Oh my Lord. And I gotta admit, there's gotta be, as a fly on the wall, you gotta be just sitting back going,
Yeah,
smiling.
yeah. Sometimes it can be a joy. Sometimes I'm just ready to leave. I mean, I get to that point. I'm going, okay, I've been here long enough. I met everybody. I saw everybody. I'll see you guys next year.
Do you ever go to Lisa, like, don't say a word, don't make eye contact, start moving towards the door?
No, she usually tells me when she's ready to go. You know, she's a real quiet person. She likes to be to herself a lot. When we get around massive crowds, and she's not used to that. I mean,
No, I know.
It's a whole different scenario.
It's funny because when you guys are out, if I don't go up and talk to her, it's nothing personal. I just know that she's very kind of shy and quiet, and she's happy being there, but just wants to watch.
She's embraced it and loves the whole atmosphere. She comes from a little town, and she came here with me in this massive town, and I went, I want you to meet my people, and I took her to the bar, and she was like, oh wow.
Did you give her a Xanax first or something? I mean, come on. Like
after a few drinks, she was enjoying it.
Oh, and you know what? And you're right. It is a family. I mean, band family's band family. You know, and you know, we have a great time. We're going to get along. Some of us, sometimes we get in arguments with each other, and eventually we get over it. And it's band family. And I will tell you, you've been a part of the band family for a while, way before me. When I came into the scene, you were already, man, well established. And
yeah, I'm an old schooler.
So let's talk about that, because you've been in Holy Dyver now how long?
We've been in Holy Dyver now for 6 years. Holy Dyver.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Is that really it?
It's been 6 years. I would say 7 because at the beginning it didn't start off for about another year, and then it started kicking off.
See,
but before that, I did Stargazer for I think 3 or 4 years. I did Stargazer, and that was another version of my Dio tribute.
Okay.
And it was a lot of fun. That's what kind of started me off. But I was a big Dio fan before that, anyways. And all my bands, I always added a Dio song. So
dude, you've got the pipes for it. Like, holy cow! Wow.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Just to tell you, when we did this, it was a tribute to his music.
Yes.
You know, and we wanted to do it our way, but keep it in the essence of, you know, of what we remembered going to shows back in the day. You know, with the whole antics on the stage of acting out. We didn't want to portray him. I didn't want to portray him because I'm not Ronnie, you know, by far. So I didn't want to portray him. I just wanted to give my tribute to his music. And that's what we do. We go out there and not trying to be the tribute to him, just tribute to his music. Our appreciation. That's all it is.
You know what? That hits the nail on the head. And because Basket Case, and let me backtrack real quick. Basket Case has been together 5 years, and I thought you guys had been around forever. I didn't realize you guys.
Well, it's been 7 years, but we were up and down.
Yeah.
And it didn't get settled in until about 5 years. You know, when Jay came in, it was it. It just, that's where we needed to be.
And as far as paying tribute, that's what for me, this is me. Basket Case, I like the fact that we don't look like the band. I mean, people always go, oh, you kind of look like Trey Kubrick. I don't think so. But what I want is, this is a celebration of the music. And if you look at the name, it's, Basket Case, a celebration of Green Day. We're celebrating Green Day because we love their music. And you guys do the same thing with Dio. It's, but we're celebrating, we're paying tribute. We're not saying we're that character. And there are some tributes that do it. Like I had Dan Castile on. We both know. Rock and Roll Over.
Yep, Dan.
They look the part. Oh my God. I just want to make sure that.
And Christopher knows me. I've known Christopher for years. I love him to death.
Yeah.
And to me, just top notch. They are top notch. And there's
Absolutely.
not a better Kiss tribute than Rock and Roll Over. There's not. I mean, they pull on the whole show. And there's a lot of them.
But it's not about, a certain band or style, but there's just different approaches to how are we going to pay tribute. And honestly, I'd never been in a tribute before. I'd never even done covers. I always did originals. And that's kind of the route I wanted to go, is I'm not that person. I'm not going to, I did it in Sedated. If you guys remember, I did wear the wigs and, we looked the part. Yeah. This is different. I really want to rock out to the music. And because we can't see them every day, every weekend, every month, what I mean? They don't always come through town. We want to hear their music live. And it's hearing Dio, like, holy cow. And again, you have the pipes. The band is wicked talented. You guys are really talented. And you put on a great live show.
We do our best. We're big in the 80s. I mean, you see all our guys, we all grew up in the 80s. All of us. I mean, even my shoes, I wear a pair of leather Tiger Oniscu shoes from 1981.
No way.
Yeah. I order all these vintage shoes. I've been now collecting concert shirts from all the concerts I've been to since I've been going since '78. I'm collecting all my shirts all over. Etsy and Google just got it all. So I've been collecting all my shirts again. And I told Lisa, it was our era. It was our era, and the best era ever.
And the problem with that whole statement is you're collecting them again. Like, I had these shirts at the concert.
I had these vintage shirts, and
then I lost them. Don't know what, and now I got to go back and get them again.
They faded, and some of them are cut up, and they. But if I would have known now, what I didn't know then, it just
they would be in a box.
They would have been put up.
Dude, they would have been like your comic book collection in sleeves with cardboard, tape. Wait, everybody does that, right? I'm just making sure I'm not a total nerd.
No, I got a son that does the same thing, and I've got comic books in my in my closet. So
it's funny that you said faded though, because I have only 2 of my Lollapalooza t-shirts left. I've lost the other ones. They've disappeared. A lot of my flat out concert t-shirts disappeared. Like, I lost my Tom Petty, lost my original Billy Idol, lost my original Rat t-shirt. Like, dude, my original Guns N' Roses t-shirt I got when I went and saw him for the first time at the Tacoma Dome. Like, holy crap, man.
Oh, wow.
I lost some great t-shirts. My Skid Row t-shirt.
Oh shit! Yeah, I've recently just gotten 2 Texas Jam shirts that from the Texas Jams that I went to.
Yeah,
and I still got to collect the '86 and '87. But
nice.
I love all the stuff, the vintage stuff. I told Lisa, I hear people always saying sometimes you got to let go of the past, but that's a past I'm never gonna let go. We lived it. And
we earned our stripes. And we earned our stripes in the pit. And that's right. Everybody thinks I say that jokingly, but guys, I lived in the pit. That is where the pit tickets were usually like $5. They were the cheapest tickets you could get your hands on because people bought seats. And so we were young and scrounging for change. We always had general admission pit tickets. Now they're the most expensive. And I'm like, what? What? Dude.
Yeah, I saw the prices of pit tickets and I'm going, damn. I used to get pit tickets just to get down the floor, get close up to the stage.
So now exactly. Now I'm one like shit over there, and I'll see you on the lawn because those are where the cheap tickets are. I'll see you in the back.
Yeah.
Wait, no, that sounded wrong. Scratch that one. No, but no, it's seriously. I mean, we grew up, and it was always, like me and my friends would all be like, "Hey, see you at the show. Where are you going to be? I'll see you in the pit," because we always knew we were going to be in the pit. That's just
exactly.
And I think kids nowadays.
I think I ran into people either in the pit at shows or out smoking. That's where I run into everybody at, or in line to get a beer. So that's where I was running into everybody at.
Oh
so
my
I knew where to run into my crowd.
Yeah. And again, as we get off on the tangent, yes, we earned the 80s, man, we were going to shows. Yeah. That's where we earned it, is at the venues. I mean, we were out there. I think I went to shows every week. And in the 90s, oh my Lord. It was relentless. I mean, have you ever sat down? Do you have all the old ticket stubs?
I wish I would have still had my old ticket stubs. I was that drunk guy that just threw them up on my damn in my drawer.
Oh.
Later on, I moved, and I don't know what happened to all my ticket stubs. I watch all these people with ticket stubs. I go, I got memories. That's about it. I got memories.
I was the pack rat. I kept them, and I think maybe a couple months back, I took pictures of some of them, like all the way back in '92, and like my Billy Idol ticket from back in '92. I saw Chili Peppers with Faith No More opening for them. That was a crazy show. Like,
I think Billy Idol's probably one of the only people that I haven't ever got to see, and I've always wanted to see Billy Idol. I've seen everybody else from the Stones and the Who to the original Van Halen.
Oh wow!
In
Diamond
81,
Dave.
With Diamond Dave, back when Diamond Dave was kicking ass, and
okay, I want to ask. Hold on, I'm sorry to interrupt. Dave or Sammy?
Vintage wise, I have to stick with Dave, man. I love Sammy, but I love Sammy solo.
Yeah,
I mean, I was a big Standing Hampton fan, and I love that BOA.
Sammy Hagar, I was like, hell yeah! I can't drive 55, like, and that's right before I think I was 15 when that came out, and it was like, can't wait to get my license. I'm gonna drive.
It was a cool clash. It was a cool clash. Them getting to get him and Van Halen was a cool clash.
Yeah,
but I preferred him as solo. He was just so creative, and Van Halen had their own stride. And I don't know, Dave to me was Van Halen.
Diamond Dave. Yeah. I mean, I will say that I do love the early Van Halen.
That's what I preferred.
But I really do love Sammy Hagar too, and I didn't dog him as hard as some people did.
No, I'm not going to dog him. He did a great job. But if you ask my preference, I stick with the vintage. I watched the vintage. Nice. I got to see Randy's last show in Dallas, and I tell Lisa all the time, just to see Randy on the stage was just amazing.
Oh my God!
But no, those are memorable shows. When you the '80s shows. I mean, Dio.
Oh yeah.
And the Dragons, and and it's you don't get them anymore.
So let's go back to that, because when you put your show together, you're trying to go back early career. Like, how do you kind of approach your tribute?
With Holy Dyver, we decided, we wanted to stick with the Vivian era and the first three albums.
Okay.
I did Stargazer. I did, but we also with Holy Dyver, we also add in Rainbow and Black Sabbath. So we get all the eras of Ronnie.
Okay.
And but with Stargazer, I got to go deeper cuts, and that's where I really learned a lot more about, I mean, he was my idol. I mean, I idolized him, as a kid. As just one of the greatest performers I ever saw. And such a heavy voice, and and his personality, I think, is what struck me. Seeing how he was with fans, and I said, you had to love the guy.
See, I never saw him. I never got to see Ronnie. Just never got to.
You just knew when he came on stage, it was you're seeing an icon. You already knew that. It was one of those performers to me. And it's kind of like when you're seeing Priest and you're hearing the music. The moment Rob walked out on stage, it was the show was on. And that's what those shows meant to me. Those heavy hitters to me, and those were the heavy hitters to me, was Priest, Maiden, Dio, those were the heavy hitters to me.
And isn't it funny how when they hit the stage, you knew a rock star? And it's not just them. It's anytime you go to a show, there are certain musicians, when they get on stage, you're like, that's a rock star. Like they walk on with such an air of confidence and showmanship that you just kind of go, wow, okay, let the show begin. And you're sucked into for that set. You are sucked into that reality and you forget about everything else.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think that's the way it was back in the 80s and 90s here in the scene. When I first came in the scene in the early 90s, I used to go to the shows beforehand, and I mean the time in Dallas for the bands that played back then, the local bands, there was just so much talent out here that was just, I mean, to me personally, we blew away the Austin scene in our music scene in the 80s and 90s. There was just so much talent here. And the bands were coming from Austin and Houston, coming here to play. I mean, you got to see an opener, a mid slot, and a headliner, on a Thursday, Friday, Saturday night, and you got to see great bands each time you went. And I mean, I miss those times. I wish they'd come back, and I wish the talent level was just the same. It's just changed. The music has changed, and I still back my, I back my locals since day one. Yeah. I'm not out as much. I'm not as young as I used to be either, but I try to get out as much as I can to support everybody I can.
I was just out, and I said this to somebody. I said, there's periods where I go out all the time. Like I'm always out. And then there's periods where I go through withdrawal. Like I'm going to take more family time. I'm not going to go out. And when I do go out, it's more selective. And I find that I almost, as much as I'm a junkie for live music, I almost savor it more when I haven't been out and I go out sparingly to shows. You just, because then you're not oversaturated, desensitized.
Exactly.
You're like, oh, I've heard music, and we are around music because we're always, I don't know about you guys, we're always rehearsing and we're playing shows. So you're always around music, and it is, as much as we love it, it is kind of nice to take a step back.
I would love to say we're the same way, but all my guys are family guys too. All my guys are family guys. And but it's funny because we might not see each other for months, and then once we get back in the rehearsal hall, it's like no time has passed. It's like we hit the first lick and we're right back at it again.
It's called family.
And we do. I mean, we still talk online. We all talk about football. We all talk about, we all get on our little message there. We'll talk about things, in family life.
Yeah.
But it's just, this band has been I've been blessed to have members that I've known these guys for years. I mean, me and Jay talked for 15 years before we finally did a band together.
Oh, that's awesome. And he's wicked talented, by the way.
I love him to death. He's been a brother of mine for years. And Tom Martino, we went to school together.
Yep.
Me and Tom, and we've known each other for years. He's been a musician. We played on the stage together, but we never thought about. Well, I thought about joining a band with him at one time, and then I did sit in with his other band. He said he had a band called AOR. Okay. I got to sit in with them and play with them. I got to go deeper in my roots, and I got to do some Foreigner, some Triumph, from Journey, from Boston, and that was a lot of fun. And doing that with them. But he reached out to me when we were looking for a bass player, and to me there was no audition needed. I knew him, and I knew what he would bring to the table, and he was right. And Kenny's been with me since Stargazer days,
And Kenny's one you gotta love. Like, oh my Lord.
Oh man, I look at him. I think he's my other idol. I look at him and I go, age don't mean nothing. This guy is a warrior.
He is my hero, and I'm very blessed to call him a brother. Like, oh my Lord.
Yeah.
I hope when I grow up I can be as cool as him. Holy cow.
And Rick Fulton, we started it together.
Okay.
We started Holy Dyver together. We played together in Stargazer.
Okay.
And we talked about doing another Dio band, but I went off and did Rough Justice and did my original stuff.
Okay.
When I came back, I called Rick and I said, "You still up to doing this?" And he was like, "I'm in." So we started piecing people together, trying to get it fit. And from the beginning, it was actually, I came to Kim Lusk. She was actually going to be my first bassist, and she did. She sat in my first bassist. The workload got heavy on her,
Yeah.
So, you know, she had a commitment already.
Yeah.
So she followed the commitment. So we had to continue moving on,
Yeah.
you know, and we all love each other, and she's family.
Oh,
She's
absolutely.
family. She helped me really kick this off when I told her I got Rick, had Kim to kick it all off. That's where it all started.
Oh, wow.
You know, before we started going through other members. Kenny wasn't in just yet because he was doing other projects.
Like
And
other
I didn't
50
think
bands.
he had time. I didn't think he had time to do this band. But Kenny, as soon as I mentioned to him, you know, when the opening came, I said, "Hey, would you like to come in?" I mean, he jumped right on it. I mean, these guys have been we've known each other for years. We all get along great. There's no egos in the band. We do it for the love of music. You know, it's never been about the money to us. It's been about just enjoyment and watching the fans' reaction. That's it. And it's been joyous, man. I'm telling you, I'm having a blast doing this.
I will take the money, but yeah, we do
Oh,
this
I'll take
because
the
we want
money.
to get on stage.
I'll
And
take the money, but I love performing live. I love performing live.
I'm just saying the $1.50 that I make, you know, is worth every, I'm talking minute that I spend on this.
I gotta tell you, man, watching Kenny, man, you drummers, man, y'all the biggest workhorses, man, in the business, and y'all don't get enough props, man. I mean, everything you guys carry to set up, to have that accurate sound, to be the backbone, you and the bassist. It's you don't.
It's
My
a
hats
calling.
off to you guys, man.
Thank you. And any
You
drummer
guys-
that you ask is going to tell you the same thing, I think, unless they need to be smacked a couple times. This is a calling. Being a percussionist, being a drummer, you know, they call that the throne for a reason, and it's because we are sitting on a place of honor to be the heartbeat. And I think almost every drummer takes it the same way. Yes, we haul more gear than anybody. It takes us longer, but we don't. If we mess up, everybody knows. You know, guitarists, you guys can fudge a little. When a drummer messes up, you're on him like flies on you know what. And again, there is definitely there's an element of pride that comes with that. Most drummers are going to tell you, yeah, we put in our time. We know what we're doing, and we do listen. Contrary to popular belief, we do listen to everything that's going on because I have to know that bass line, where the cues are. I have to know the guitars. I have to know the vocals. When vocals, believe it or not, when vocals go off the reservation, you're now scrambling. And how do you keep everybody together so that we can either follow him or reel him back in with us and him or her? And I just, being a drummer, thank you very much. We love it though. It's a labor of love.
You guys are amazing. Man. You guys are amazing. And anybody that's got that in the pocket drummer or somebody who can make changes on the spot is blessed. Because I mean, I've always wanted to be a drummer, but I'm not lying. I have not toted a lot of equipment.
Me too.
Like that.
I'm thinking about doing it when I grow up. Okay, I want to hit on something else because it's something that I'm a fan crush right now. Your outfits on stage, dude. Holy crap. You gotta tell. Oh man, no, I'm seriously secretly, and I've got my own style going on. I'm a little punk rocker, but dude, I look at your outfits, like the leather pants that you wear and the vest, and dude, where do you get your clothes? Like, holy crap, I love them.
I get my clothes. My wife makes all my clothes. She had a line going, Heaven and Hell Rockwear.
Okay.
And it's funny because you know we've been together for years, and I knew that she did a lot of crafts and does a lot of hobbies that she used to do. When we were doing Rough Justice and we played Rocklahoma, we were out there, and they had a few of the clotheslines that were out there, and I was like, I wonder what it takes to get an endorsement. And we started talking to a few of the Gangstar. We started talking to one of them.
Yeah.
When they were telling me the percentage of them and Warren Star, when they were telling me the percentage that they would pay into was nothing, and I go, and the cost of their clothing, I was going, man, hell no.
No,
this ain't gonna
you
happen.
can't just give me a cost endorsement, like I'll wear your stuff, but
Yeah, so I just said, you know what? It's not a big deal. My wife goes, why don't you just ask me? And I went, we've been together this long, and you've never told me that you can do clothing. So I said, okay, let's see what you do. And man, she made my first pants.
Phenomenal.
I got 2 collector shirts in my room. They're all Dio. So if anybody's a Dio collector, would just drool over them, you know, with laces and everything. I mean, I used to wear those on the stage when I first started.
And
now I just got them put up. And but she's been doing this for years. Now I come in and I go, you know what? I just ordered some new fabric because I'd like this different look.
So my question is Lisa taking orders?
You know what? She's taken orders before. She's done a few projects here and there. And
if I found the right material, would she consider, maybe if I privately, do you think if I ask her, she would
if
make
you
me some
call her
stuff?
and ask her, she would. Yeah, I
You
think she
she'd say
would.
yes? Oh my
I
God.
think she would.
I want to come over for a fitting because I want I want some rock star pants with a matching vest. Like I want not mashed together. Like
She can do you the buttonless. She can do you the buttonless pants if you like. So
don't. If my wife finds out I have those, I will live in those. It's like my Bumble costume. You'll see me wandering around the house in my Bumble costume with my assless chaps, and you'll be like, "Okay, he's lost his." And don't think I'm joking about this, folks. That's the kind of crap I do when I'm home alone. Like,
you know what? I can see it.
or it'll be assless chaps and my black fairy tutu. You know, and I am that goofball guy that, you know, like when nobody was around, I would go through my brother's clothes, my sister's, my mom's. Like I don't care, man, because I'm still, you know, roll me in the mud, rinse me off. I'm still, you know what? I'm still a dude. I'm going to go out there and get in trouble. Like, I don't care. I'm the kid that'll put the football helmet on and get in the car and be like, okay, let's go. I'm mentally defective. But no, Lisa makes some phenomenal clothes for you, man. I'm telling you, I have gushed over your stage outfits more than a dozen times. Like, wow. So tell her.
I've been blessed. She really puts her hard-earned time into it. And, you know, she knows what she's doing. You know, we went out and after I seen what she can do, I said, you want to do a line of this? So she started to do Heaven and Hell Rockwear.
Nice.
She's had a few people that's called, you know, that's had ideas and, you know, that she's working with, but she loves, that's the kind of stuff she loves doing. So,
Nice.
you know,
Nice.
I've been blessed because I'm at home, so she does all mine, you know, and I'm lucky. I'm
Lisa,
lucky to be out there.
I'm going to be calling, just so you know, and I'll get your number from my wife because I'm sure Amy's got the number already.
Yeah.
Have you found that the wives seem to be more popular than we are? Like they seem to know more people than we do. At least in my case, I'm like, how do you know this person? Oh, we talked at this show, and I'm like, yeah, seriously, my wife has more contacts than I do. So,
yeah, you know, our wives kind of have that. They can kind of embrace where they come from, you know, and I don't know, I don't know. My wife knows everybody that I've introduced her to, and beyond that. I mean, she knows all their wives. You know, because sometimes it's funny because sometimes I'll meet people and I don't actually meet their wives, and until later, and then they'll come and introduce themselves to me, and I'll go, now I feel like an ass. But you know, it's you see people out all the time. You say hi, you chit chat for a little bit, and except for the people that I've known for a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, I've known you forever, and
you've known me for a minute.
and you know, and the friendship started since day one. You know, and
there are people that you gravitate to, and you don't know why, and then it reveals itself later. And I remember the first time I saw you and met you, I definitely was like, I like him. I want to be his friend. I'm sorry, I stalked you for sure. I was just like, I like him.
I think I get along with everybody anyway. So I don't think I've ever had an enemy in this business.
No, you can't.
That I would think. I learned a long time ago from watching my mentors in the business.
Yeah.
You know, you appreciate as you go up.
Yeah.
You know, as you move up that ladder, you appreciate and you shake hands and you tell them, man, thank you for the time you've given me on the stage. Because, man, we're going to
see
be
him on the way back down.
Yeah, we're gonna see him on the way back down. And a lot of times those guys will be the guys who own the businesses, that own the bars, you know, and or have their own booking agencies. But you don't want to burn bridges, man.
Nope,
I mean,
never.
The ego thing was never me, or I never wanted to play with guys with egos. You know, that's just not my forte.
And there's a little bit of ego in all of us. Let's be honest, because I mean, it does take a little more than the average bear to just get up on stage in front of a lot of people and do what we do. And so, I mean, you have to have some confidence, but not to have a rude, condescending ego, which is, you know, again, I don't mind people having the ego where they're competent, although even I'm wicked insecure. But that like really arrogant kind of, you're a dick kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, no, you need to stow that crap, and because it's not so pretty.
No, and maybe there's some out there that's earned that spot, but you really never earn it.
No, because the true gems are the ones that aren't rude, that are bigger than life, that are just cool as cucumbers. Those are the ones.
Yep.
That's the real endearing. Like, okay, nice. Man, we're getting short on time. So I got to ask. Let's talk about Holy Dyver. You guys got any shows coming up that you want to, like promote, plug, or any plans?
Right now,
summer?
right now at the time, we've only got one show coming up, and it's not till July. We got a July 23rd show.
Okay.
We're playing in Carrollton at the Maverick.
With?
We're playing there with Walk in the Shadows. That's going to be a hell of a show.
My boy Chuck, nice.
Yeah, and Chucky and me, we go way back too, man. I love him. He is definitely one of my brothers.
Oh yeah.
Him and Tammy, they've been family for years, and it's cool to see these guys that I grew up playing with, different bands, because we started out. I started out doing the tribute way back. I did Sacred Groove way back, and that was the George Lynch tribute.
Oh wow.
And back when I was doing that, I think he was doing his Rat tribute. And
was he in Nacho Grande at that point?
No. No.
That's a running joke now. He makes up band names. I'm like, how many bands you in? He's like, oh, I've got this one. Dude, he's like, he'll just start me. I asked him one time. He's like, yeah, I'm in Nachos Grande. I'm in 7-Eleven. And I'm like, dude, really? Now you're just jacking with me.
That's funny because he used to always tell me whenever I'm starting a band, he'd go, how come you didn't ask me? And I go, I didn't know when you had time from the other 10 bands you're with, man.
Oh, he's at like 57 or something.
But
my God, that's funny.
He is hilarious. He's hilarious to be around.
He's a brother.
He's got a great soul. He's a brother.
He's a brother. There's very little he couldn't ask of me that I wouldn't jump through hoops for. And Chuck, you know it. I love you, brother. Thank you for always being there and helping promote the scene. And he really does. He deserves props. He's always out there trying to promote the scene. And,
man, you know what? He helps everybody out. Everybody who's just started, and everybody who's been in the scene for a while.
Yep.
He's always opened the door for everybody to be on that stage.
Yep.
And you're right. He needs some props. I mean, he's definitely been one of them guys who's been part of the local as one of the big contributors for years.
Forever. Yeah. So he knows he's got a place in my heart. Dude, oh my God, we're out of time. Will you come back and do this again?
You got it, man. I'll do it again, man.
Because we've talked about it.
You know
forever.
what? It's taking forever, man. I'm just a quiet guy at home, though. That's me.
Yeah, but I've seen you out. You're not always so quiet when you're out.
Well, I don't have a drink in my hand, man.
Okay, can we get this man a drink real quick? Where are you? We'll have it delivered. Oh my Lord, dude! Thank you so much for coming on the show. Definitely, we're gonna have you back on. Maybe next time you can invite the guys. Maybe we'll see. Maybe it's just us again. And yes, tell Lisa, I'm calling her. Like seriously.
Give her a call. She'll
Oh my Lord. And thank y'all for tuning in again. Here's another week, another phenomenal guest. If you're in a band and you want me to help promote, please post it to my page. We have the event section of Concert Calendar. And when you send it to Concert, send us the links for your gig. Go ahead and message us. Message Concert Connection, include the link. That way we can add it to the calendar. We're doing a separate show every week now. I'm doing the concert calendar. We record that separately. We leave a link there because we announce the highlights for Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And it's usually the first 15 or so bands that reach out to me are the ones that get in there, unless one of my bands is playing, and then they get by default shoved to the front of the line. I'm just saying. So yes, I don't know how it happens, but my bands always seem to end up on the list. I mean, oh my God, it's peculiar. It's like the Bermuda Triangle or something, or UFOs. It just happens. So send it to me, please. If you're a first-time watcher, go to Facebook and like us. Invite your friends to like us. And if you're looking for other forms of media that you can find us on, we're on iHeart Radio. We're on Spotify. Obviously, we're on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook and YouTube. We have a Roku channel and we have an Amazon Fire channel. So you can get out there. You can find us on your favorite medium and just follow along. We love to have the feedback. if you want, go to inthepitwithrick.com. You can download our app. We're trying to make it a little easier for you here soon. It's a free app. You can watch the shows there, but it's also got the concert calendar. We're trying to integrate everything in. So you got an app on the phone and you're like, hey, it's Friday night. What did Rick say on the show? Because I was grabbing ding dongs or ho-hos while he was talking. Oh, that's right. There's an app. You could go look it up and it'll tell you who's playing where. So you can get off the couch, go out and support some live local music. You might just discover that there's an awesome music scene right underneath your feet. So be good to each other. Pino, thank you for being my guest, my friend. We'll have you back. I am Rick. You've been watching Concert Connection, and we will see you in the pit.
In the pit.